Hey everyone, welcome back. I have a special holiday to celebrate with you, and maybe you haven't even really heard about this holiday. We celebrate it over here in the United States, and it's kind of a funny one, and it's about an animal. Have you ever heard of a groundhog? Or have you ever heard about Groundhog Day? Well, if you haven't, this is your day because you are going to hear about a special holiday called Groundhog Day. Yep, that's it. I hope you're ready to learn about how a groundhog has a special job to do. And that job is to predict the weather. Sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? Well, it's kind of become a funny tradition. And I happen to live on the East Coast of the United States. So I live in an area where I get to hear about quite a few groundhogs that have some special jobs to do. And one of them is going to be talked about in this story. And guess what? When you have several groundhogs that don't live in the exact same area, doing the same thing, predicting the weather and if winter will end and spring will come early, it gets a little confusing. And then you have to choose which groundhog you really want to believe. No pressure, groundhog. But hey, let's get ready. First, I would like to encourage you to please like and subscribe and keep coming back to hear about all these fun things. After all, we are on Miss Amy's learning adventure, and sometimes we're learning about emotions and feelings, and sometimes we're talking about special holidays because we're all getting to know each other. And wherever it is that you live, you may not know about one of these things that I experience. And you experience things that maybe I haven't. And that's why we love to get together and learn about each other. And we start to realize that everyone is so unique and special and has their own thing about themselves, right? But at the same time, we're all human and we all find something in common. And one of those things can be that we can be friends, even though we have different maybe opinions and different abilities or differing abilities. Maybe we look very different, but we can do it. I believe in us. We can do it. We can get along and we can make this world an even better place. Speaking of a better place, let's get started on this groundhog book. This one is called Celebrating Holidays and Groundhog Day, and it is written by Rachel Grack. And I want to encourage you to go to your local library or maybe your school media center, or please consider purchasing the book too. You can start your own library and then you can do this that I do and make more friends too. All right. Let's get started with this one because this one tells us some more details about this holiday, especially if you've never heard of it before. But isn't he cute? Well, I guess you have to have a special love in your heart. They have a table of contents and all the things that's in this book. Groundhog Day is here. People wake up to a cloudy morning. They are happy the sun is not shining, and I'm going to tell you why. This right here is a special plaque where all the kids and everybody loaded up buses to go and watch this special event, this special day. And it talks about how this event called Groundhog Day came as early as the 1800s. And it was from German immigrants that observed it in Punxsutawney. You'll hear more about that in a minute. Winter may be over soon. It's Groundhog Day. He's cute. What is Groundhog Day? A groundhog forecasts the weather on Groundhog Day. 6 more weeks of winter will come if it sees its shadow. Spring is near if it does not. Identify a groundhog. Their other name is a woodchuck. They have large front teeth, gray or brown fur, rounded ears, short bushy tail. Yep, I've seen them outside near where I live. Who celebrates Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day is mostly celebrated in the United States. Some states have their own traditions. Canada also enjoys Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day range map. So what it is showing is the groundhog range. So this is the United States and this is Canada and goes into even Alaska. And so here they grow and live and thrive all the way up. That's quite a big range for these little animals. Pretty impressed, actually. Groundhog Day beginnings. First, Candlemas. Groundhog Day came from a Christian holiday called Candlemas. Sunshine on this holiday meant a longer winter. Now, I have to admit, this is the first time that I'm hearing this. So see, I'm still on a learning adventure with you. People also used animals that hibernate to tell the weather on this day, such as a brown bear and a cub. German immigrants brought the tradition to the United States. They decided to use a groundhog. Oh, look at him. He's coming out from his burrow. Pennsylvania, here it is on the United States map. You can go look that up. And here even closer, Pennsylvania, and then exactly to the town, Punxsutawney. The first official Groundhog Day took place in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania in 1887. Yep, I know where that is, and I've actually passed that area a few times. Time to celebrate. Look, it is no joke, my friends. Lots of people come out to celebrate this very special holiday. Groundhog Day takes place on February 2nd every year. Some places have celebrations that last more than a day. Pennsylvania holds a big event. Here it is. They have big flyers and posters that they put up, and camera crews go there, and it's broadcast live and it streams live, and you can watch how this whole event happens. And the townspeople that are there get dressed up really fancy like it was back in the 1800s, and they make it very official. Groundhog Day traditions. People watch groundhogs to see if they cast shadows. Some states keep pet groundhogs. The most famous groundhog is Phil from Pennsylvania. Now I can tell you. His name is Phil. Punxsutawney Phil. Oh, look at this. This book shows you how to make a pop-up groundhog puppet. That would be super, super fun. I've done this before. You use a cup and you color in a groundhog and you make them pop up through the cup by gluing it onto a stick or like a popsicle stick. That's a really fun one. Many people visit Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania. There, Phil tells the Groundhog Club president the forecast. Phil speaks in the groundhogese language. They're listening to what he has to say. I love how they made up all these fun things to make the event so super fun and special. Do groundhogs really speak? Well, not really. Families visit celebrations in town. They eat snacks and shop. Some people dance at the Groundhog Ball. Cloudy or sunny, people enjoy Groundhog Day. And a glossary is in the back of some of the new words maybe you're not familiar with. And that's a great way that we're learning on this journey. New words might be cast, to make and send out. Christian, related to Christianity, Christians are people who believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ in the Christian Bible. Forecast says that what may happen in the future. Hibernate, to spend the winter sleeping or resting. Immigrants, people who came from one country to live in another. Official, publicly known. Traditions, customs, ideas, and beliefs handed down from one generation to another. Whew, that is quite an interesting one that we have here for sure. And I just also did a same book on the Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year. Go check that out too, because that was new to me. I don't celebrate that holiday, but I did find out that I knew more about it than I thought. And not only that, their holidays seem kind of interesting, almost like some that I do myself. Well, here's a silly story now about Grumpy Groundhog, written by Maureen Wright and illustrated by Amanda Haley. You may want to go and check that out too. Grumpy Groundhog. Oh no. Grumpy is not a good feeling to have. The mayor stood before Groundhog's door and heard a rumbly-tumbly snore. "Groundhog," he said, "you're sleeping late. There is no time to hibernate." The people added with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day. Please come out." Oh, everyone's getting excited, having their signs and demanding that Groundhog come out. The mayor pleaded, "I'll ask once more." In he goes. Oh my. "Won't you open up this door? Please come out and greet your friends. Groundhog Day is here again." "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "I'm closing my eyes and staying in bed." Oh, I have felt like that some days too. Maybe it was too cold for Groundhog to come out. But the mayor insisted. He even had a list to make the day official. February 2nd. "I have an idea," said a boy in the crowd. He stepped to the front and spoke up loud. "Give him a paper to read in bed." "That's it," said the mayor, nodding his head. Oh, came up with a good idea. Maybe that will wake up the groundhog. Groundhog opened his sleepy eyes. The morning Times was a nice surprise. The groundhog took a very long time reading the paper line by line. The reason why they gave him the paper is because this paper was all about what he was supposed to do. I guess they were trying to give him a hint or a clue. Kind of rhyme. The people in town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day. Please come out." This is true. People do go and wait and be part of this big celebration. And see, here's the news. They're going to film it and show it live. The mayor dropped to his knobby knees and begged the groundhog, "Come out, please." "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "I'm staying in here until I'm fed." Now he's hungry. Maybe they're going to come up with a good idea. "Yep, I know what to do," a little girl said. "Give the groundhog breakfast in bed." They served him food on a fancy tray, coffee and toast, and a flower bouquet. Oh, he's getting everything. Wow. Do you think that's going to do it now? I don't know. That groundhog has a lot of ideas. Groundhog poured coffee from the pot. This coffee is good. It's nice and hot. He was warming himself up. After all, it is still winter. The people in town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day! Please come out!" They got louder. Look, it made him spill his coffee. "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "It's nice and warm and cozy in bed." Oh. The girl yelled, "Get him slippers to wear. His bedroom floor is chilly in there." "Of course," said the mayor. "Find him a pair. His little tootsies are cold and bare." Poor little groundhog. Oh, he knew right away to look at his own little feet. Groundhog never had slippers before. He did a jig all the way to the door. He twirled and shouted, "Look at me! I'll step outside on the count of 3. Now he was feeling ready. The crowd yelled, "1, 2, 3, come out!" "Ta-da!" he said, looking about. He blinked from the lights and the camera's glare. A child said, "Give him sunglasses to wear." Look at all those pictures. He's a superstar. "Hooray!" said the mayor. "No shadow today. The chilly weather is going away." The groundhog said, "It's a wonderful day. I'll ask the children if they want to play." Wow, look at everyone's face. Woohoo! They're so super excited. "Let's make a snowman," the children cried. Groundhog had fun being outside. They made a snowman round and fat. It looked very nice in the mayor's hat. Wow, that is a super cute snowman. How much fun they must have had all together. Imagine that. At the end of the day, the groundhog said, "It's time for me to go back to bed. I had a fun day with all my friends. When spring comes early, I'll see them again." Woohoo! Thank you, Groundhog. I'm so glad that he decided to come out. Boy, did he want a lot of things. Well, the groundhog has a very special job. As you can see, the whole world waits to see, did the groundhog see its shadow? Or didn't it? That's going to matter for what happens with spring. Will it come early, or will it just wait 6 more weeks? I don't know. I guess you're going to have to wait and see and check it out for yourself. You can look it up and see what happened to Puxatawny Phil. And then we'll know that groundhogs certainly have a big part of a special holiday over here. And it's part of our tradition. And it's kind of a fun one. Well, hey, I hope that you had some fun on this learning adventure. And if you've never heard about a groundhog, well, you certainly did now. But don't stop there. If you want to find out more, go and do some research. I would love to hear about what you've learned about it. And if you have any crafts or anything that you want to share about it, please let me know. We all would love to know. Have a great day, and don't forget to come back and join us on another adventure. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.